Present Productions presents the math of ESP. Well, it works, even if you don't believe in it. Okay, past couple of videos here, I'm trying to, just kind of point out how things go and how you make a miracle happen, okay? I have an oddball situation, and obviously, I have to make money how I can. I'm in a place where I don't really have a high ability to take on the market itself, but nonetheless, I need to do something with this. This is one of my panels that goes out there. This has been added on. I've got some of the models and stuff that I shot in Southern California here up as demonstrations. I've done some frame treatments and stuff, okay? And then I came back and I thought, I should have some fun here. And I took a single photograph and I made 4 different backgrounds of that one person being knocked out and being out backgrounds, and 4 different frames created for each of those. Going with the flow, trying to make a miracle happen. Okay, I need to create something that's marketable to these people, make them want to start coming. Something they haven't had before, something that's in their environment. Well, this actually kind of got it started. I'm doing it quite cheap. Believe me, it's horrible to think about what slave labor a person will push themselves to. But nonetheless, I'm getting people to stop and look. Now, in keeping with the flow, what one can call their gut emotion, okay, I realized that while I didn't want this to get handled a lot, because this was the display, I needed people to look at it, and I even came in at a later point and realizing I had purposely stuck it out here where I could put a light over it, realized, I got this little blinky red light thing. I can hang that up on there, and lo and behold, there you go. Yeah, I have my nice little attention-grabbing light over my advertising display, okay? Making use of what I have around me, okay, whatever. But I put that like that. But I also made my information board here that's just a little bit pretty with just, marking pen routine, nothing super fancy thing, but something they don't do around here much of. On a card that I can walk up and stick in people's hands, okay? It makes it a lot easier than having me try and explain everything every time with me still trying to learn Spanish. I don't have anybody that I spend enough time around that speaks Spanish to talk with anybody, and I've always been really bad, so it is one of my worst habits is sitting down to language tapes. Because I'm dyslexic, I already understand it. I have to be using it. So I am now in the point where, yes, I am actually out here talking with people. I have a bunch of people. As a matter of fact, I had, like 4 people stop and, look at it and actually get very interested in the idea that I was doing this, and I'm doing it for as cheap a price as I am, okay? But I need that attention getting grabbed. So I am creating a miracle for myself, folks, okay? I have sat there and worked all kinds of things. I got all kinds of, posters over here that I have, calendars and stuff. I don't think I can pull any of those. Posters and stuff, okay? The Muertos was a while ago. Total flop. Didn't sell very many of them. They are a good one to give kids. I have two like that, but they just kind of, in the middle type of stuff. And one of the reasons I realized this is because very few of these people have any real calendars around them that are commercially produced and handed out from one group to another type of a thing. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen. I'm not in that tight with this family. What I'm saying is you walk into businesses, you don't see much of anything anywhere promoting much of anything other than what they have there, which means you don't walk into many places and see a calendar on the wall, for that matter. I think that's the way I'm trying to. You just don't see the calendars themselves to begin with. People just day to day here. If they're religious, that's a different story. But anyway, the idea of putting all this together here I am putting the energy into making my situation work, okay? And because I have gone out and done many things in my life where I have been able to make things catch on, and people like it, and people do it, for me, this is something it's a little labor intensive, but I can do it, okay? And that's the marketing perspective, okay? If it catches on really big, then yeah, I'm going to be rolling the dough for a little bit of time here until the other photographers, around learn how to have as much resources to do that kind of thing as I do, and at least enough talent to know how to do it, so you're doing it quick and cheap. You're not taking too much time to try to produce one of those. I am also allowing at the same time the thing, energy, to flow around me to bring me in contact with what's necessary for this to happen. Okay, so that's what I'm saying about you want that miracle. You don't limit how it's going to come. I got markets on the internet. I got markets here locally around me. Both of them are always churning and working. Okay, I'm always changing my displays. I'm putting stuff up, moving stuff around. It's a couple days to Christmas. I know there's going to be a bunch of tourists, so I have my regular sign up there for so many pesos for a calendar. And hey, I just knocked 15 pesos off of that, and it's a sign saying Christmas special, 35 pesos. And, a couple of people stop and look, and that's what I did. I get them to stop and look there, and I end up showing them this, and this wows them. This makes them really stop. In one case, I was really bad about it. But being aware, focally aware of what's going on around, taking in data. Like I said, if you want this miracle and put all this energy into doing something, do you want to have an emotion actually pushing yourself away from that? Well, the idea is no. Now, if you're getting data in and you're deciding that it's bad, fine. You just discard it totally if you want to, or put it in side filing so that you can build up a stack of who's. Okay, I mean that's in investigative journalism. There's what's called follow the money, and you literally do that. Where does it go? Whose hands cross where? And in doing that, it's pretty easy to go out and start tracing back down through something to see where something happened. I mean, in my younger days, Ollie North and his Iran-Contra drug smuggling, gun running, absolute hypocrite of the American public, saying that they are anti all that stuff, terrorist supporting, you name it. That this guy Ollie North became the hero of America for a while, and it was absolutely everything against what an American should stand for. Absolutely incredible what went on, but you had this whole picture being built up by the media. And nobody wanted to look anywhere other than that. Okay, you don't know, you can't see, you don't know where anything is going. Okay, where's my notebook? Oh, there it is. So, like I showed you here with this sign. Okay, in going with the flow, which is your gut feeling, which is also your most probably directest overall, if you want to think of it, connection to the universe, to the spiritual realm, okay, is that you have all of these chakras. All of them are bringing energy in. So you are a constant vortex of energy flowing, spinning. You do not stay, your physical body is not is not jello and spinning around. Your energy pattern is a swirl as all this stuff is flowing through you. It's not like watching a hurricane, okay? But maybe like watching it's gonna be slime beat, but yeah, you're watching a can of earthworms, wiggle and worm, instant amongst themselves. All this energy is coming in from so many places. Well, if you're allowing yourself to go with this flow, then you're going to be picked along. Now, if you're following ego, yes, you're going to run after whatever feels greatest and best. If you are, shoot, I hope this isn't too long. If you are following the flow of the energy, then chances are you are going to take choices that are a little bit tougher, are a little bit challenging. You're going to look at things just because. What is? You're going to get a little more curious about stuff. Okay, and a quick one on that. I went to one of my sites today, and I had something come up in messages, and it was, you know, kind of an interesting company name. And because the site I was at was validated by me as I can get along with most of whatever they send, I took note of the fact that it said it was sponsored. So that company is representing, you know, representing that person at least in standard advertising fees and stuff like that. So I, you know, just who is this people and what do they do? Because their comment was of a digital chicken house. Yes. The what the heck? You know, yeah. Total fun, okay? So you pick that up and you're running into something. You go and see what the hell something is. Where's it going? What's it doing? It doesn't matter. It turns out it's an interesting company located here in Mexico that does an awful lot of polymer, plastics, acrylics products. That also is involved in quite a few other things. They're quite the chemistry set, I guess would be the way to put it. So it's a little nerve-wracking to see that they do animal feeds and a lot of fertilizer stuff and petrochemicals at the same time. But they also their name it literally has enviro in it, so it's like you get enviro. You are trying to put. And they do state their mission is to make it as environmentally friendly as possible. So it's like, yeah, you're worth looking into just to see who you are, what you are, and why it got thrown in front of me. You know, so that's where you don't want to limit stuff, and when you don't limit, you do bizarre little things like this, like making certain that is easy and quick and free to hand down to people instead of sitting there and taping it down or worrying about it. You know, I mean, there's a flow. You just feel it and you know it.